All right, it's Coach.
I'm the Kid, and today we're going to be talking about the Pistons draft pick, Ron Holland. We did not get Matas Buzelis. Instead, we got this guy from the G League Ignite, and I think it was a pretty good pick. What about you?
We talked about Ron Holland. We just didn't talk about him on the show. You know, when I initially, saw him some months ago, I'm like, oh, the guy could play. I think we got caught up like everybody else in the mocks, and it just shows you that the mocks don't matter. We think he can play, and it says a lot about Trajan Langdon. But let's get into it. What kind of numbers, as we look at his highlights, what kind of numbers did he have as an 18-year-old against grown men in the G League?
Well, he averaged 20.6 points on 44% from the field. He also averaged 3.2 assists, 6 rebounds, 2.5 steals, and 3 turnovers.
How many assists?
What did I say? 3.2.
And how many turnovers?
3.
Okay, so he's a 1-1 guy. And he shot what from the field?
44%.
How many times did he get to the line on average?
5.
Okay. That's free throw attempts or free throw makes?
Attempts.
All right. And what did he shoot from the free throw?
75.7%.
Really? Okay, so we just did a video on Asar. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. First, so just so I remember the numbers, 20 points, 3 assists. How many rebounds?
6.6.
Six boards. How tall is he?
6'8".
He listed at 6'8". He's probably not 6'8". Looks like he has good length. Crazy enough, found out, people were like, how come y'all drafted him? Y'all didn't even have him in for an invite. Trajan Langdon said agents was refusing to send players to the Pistons for workout. Now, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, first of all, I thought going to team workouts was like a mandatory thing.
I did
not know the agents had power over who could work out
that's
with.
Crazy. Like, that's one of the most disrespectful things. You a bad franchise, a bad team, when agents are like, bro, we don't even want you to work out with them. So everybody was surprised, to see him pick, including Ron Holland himself. But my personal opinion, in terms of the top 5 picks, this is arguably the best player. Might end up being the best player, but I'll say, just to be diplomatic, I'll say the second best player. But he's 18. And, Trajan Langdon basically treated this like a draft, which was, I'm not saying this is what I believe. I believe in getting guys that can play. But when you draft somebody, you want to take into consideration their age. This dude was the number 2 ESPN prospect last year, McDonald's High School American. So it's quite possible that this guy could have went to college, went to Kentucky, something like that, and been the number 1 pick. A lot of mocks last year had him as the number 1 pick.
Yeah, I think I maybe remember seeing him before, and I'm like, where's this guy in all the predictions?
Right. So, but they had a bad season at G League Ignite. Like I said, they actually disbanded the team. But he was the best player on that team, averaging 20 against NBA talent, against the top college players, and some NBA, some draft picks, all of that. That is super impressive. And he's not just a one-trick pony, as you can see here. He plays defense. So super athletic, downhill guy, does not have a lot of moves, right? I don't know if he just doesn't need them or don't work, but he's just downhill, get out the way. I'm a dunk on you, or I'm going to lay the ball up. Can't shoot right now, but some kind of way he scored 20. So as Trajan Langdon was saying, if a dude is scoring 20, this wasn't his exact words, but this is what he was saying. If he's scoring 20 without shooting, imagine what this guy can do if he's able to get a jump shot. He also said something that I thought was really interesting. He said, I believe Ron Holland and Asar Thompson can play together, but they may not look great immediately together. I thought that was very interesting that he said that he's been setting the table with expectations for you guys to let you guys know where we are in this process. And I think that's great that you set the expectations. I think, Piston fan, I don't think I know. Good steal right there. Pistons fans are always expecting to go to the playoffs every year. I know that's what Tom Gores want, but we honestly haven't had the team. Even the last time we went to the playoffs, which was against the Cavs, we didn't win a game in the first round. So it's like we haven't been to the playoffs since 2000, 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever. So you have to get the players. And this guy is a player. Like I said, he just got one move. That's all. He either go right or left, but he's going straight. And that's it. So who does he remind you of, if anybody?
Well, in terms of the athleticism, in terms of who's on our team, Asar is the closest one to him.
I'm talking about NBA.
Skyforce are shooting now 63% for the game.
Reminds me of Ben Simmons when he used to shoot, just downhill, get layups and stuff. But he's not nowhere near as good of a playmaker as him. So just in terms of his offensive tendencies, I would say Ben Simmons.
That's a good word to use, offensive tendency. I don't know that he has like a clear comp because of his size and everything. He's pretty unique. You could say, I really even don't want to say his name, but you could, because he can't shoot, because he's quick, because he finished, you could say Dwayne Wade, but that's probably not, a good comp given the size and everything. But what he is a guy that can defend. He's athletic. He's young. He can play defense. What I see with this, and we talked about this last year, but I really see it now. We have the ability to form an identity. And if it's one thing that Monty Williams did not do, it was establish an identity. You have Jaden Ivey, who's one of the fastest players in the NBA. You have Asar Thompson, who is probably the fastest small forward in the NBA. Would you agree with that? Him and his brother. Who's faster at small forward? They're faster than Brian, dude. Right now. Brian. Right. This version, LeBron 6.0, they're faster than him. You know what I'm saying? And now you're going to have, Ron Holland. And I just think it fits the Pistons. Vroom, vroom. We've never had,
we're
Lob
called
City.
Motor City for a reason.
Right.
Let's run. I
But
thought
you
that's
got
what we was gonna do.
you got a Ford F-150 running the offense in Cade Cunningham. Maybe he might not even be that. So we have the ability to have an identity, which is let's play defense, right? Which I just said in the Asar video. I would put Asar at point guard. That's what I would do. I'm not saying he's the best point guard, but I want to lead with the team that we have. Part of being a coach is understanding how to use your guys. The guys that we have right now are defensive guys. So just to set the reputation, I would put Asar at the top of my defense, and I would let him run point guard, and I bet you he'd do pretty well. And then I would try to surround him, with shooters. As much as possible. So you could not have an Asar running the offense with a Ron Holland and then a Jalen Duren. Right? It's all about how you put the pieces together. You can't do that. So you would need to replace Duren with a guy that, at center or power forward, or both positions actually, that could actually shoot. Right? So we would need a different guy at center. You'll see who's at power forward. I don't have any problem keeping Ivy at the shooting guard. You have, other guys, Quentin Grimes and Sasser off the bench. And then when you bring Sasser on, let Sasser run the point, and then you can move Asar to the wing, right? Sasser can shoot. Sasser can create. That's what this team has right now. And I would dare you to score, right? That's what I would do. People are afraid of defense. Why did the Boston Celtics? Give me one reason why the Celtics beat the Mavs.
Because Kyrie disappeared.
But who made him disappear?
The Boston Arena, because he was okay in Dallas.
The defense made him disappear. Jaylen Brown made him disappear. Drew Holiday made him disappear. Right? Even Luka. They locked him up. Right? So that's defense. That's what won. And defense has won championships. Defense will win championships. It will continue. Right? People get too caught up in the analytics thinking that it's just about three-pointers. Everybody forget that another part of analytics is layups. Right? So you can have an all these dudes can finish. Let's have an all layup, all dunk team. Let's bring shooting off the bench. Let's see what happened. I bet if you focus on defense, I bet you win more than 14 games. More than 17 games. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this team is. And let us succeed or fail, playing the way that we want to play.
Favorite sports from the comfort of your new dream home. Property Finder. We open doors.
With the first pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Zachary.
On the shot clock. Holland stays right in front, and he picks his pocket. Here comes Ignite. 2-on-1.
All right, so kid, what's your thoughts in all of this? Do you like the pick? Don't like the pick? Whatever.
Well, I said at the beginning of the video that I do like the pick. Both Matas and Ron Holland would be potential picks for the Pistons, and we decided to go with Ron Holland. He's a much better defender than Buzelis, but we still have a big man problem, I think. We got James Wiseman, who doesn't know how to spell defense, and Jalen Duren, for as good as he is at rebounding, he's kind of stiff.
Yes.
He really needs to be like our backup center, and we need somebody that's mobile.
No, he's too good to be the backup dude, but
or maybe be the power forward. He shouldn't be the.
Can't shoot good enough to be the power forward, bro. Can't. I hear you. Can't shoot good enough to be the power forward. That's the issue. That's why Jalen Duren is uber talented, dude. He's super talented.
Honestly, for a few games or so, I would like to see Jalen Duren run point guard just because he did some and one stuff on fast breaks, crossing people up behind the back passes. So I want to see if we can go the Bam Adebayo route and just have Ivy, Holland, and Asar just cut for everything.
But that's what I just said was the thing. Like, it's all about fit. Jalen Duren is super talented, but he doesn't fit this group. He doesn't fit what we need. You would have to surround Jalen Duren with shooters, right? And use him like Adebayo. Like, who's on Adebayo's team? Is Duncan Robinson, Durag, what his name is.
Tyler Hero.
Right. He's surrounded by, Jimmy can shoot when he wants to. They got shooters over there. And so they let Adebayo run. And Adebayo got better handles at this stage than Duren. He's a better playmaker. But, Duren is 19, 20 years old. So, you know what I'm saying? It's all about fit. If you have a Asar Thompson and you now have a Ron Holland, you need bigs that can stretch. You need everybody that can stretch. You got to surround these guys with shooters, right? Shooters that can defend. That's the thing. I've been listening to the national media who knows nothing about Detroit basketball. And they said, oh, well, K, they got to get some people to help K. K had arguably one of the best spacing in the NBA last year. He had Bojan Bogdanovic. He had Alec Burks. These were top three-point guys. Alec Burks was a top guy for the Knicks. They thought they was getting Bogdanovic. They actually got Burks, right? We had Joe Harris on the team who didn't do anything. But
because we didn't play him.
Historically, he's one of the best shooters in the NBA. Jay Nivey, look up for me what Jay Nivey shot from three last year. Right, he had shooters around. And then Marvin Bagley was a good mid-range guy. You had Kevin Knox, who's one of the best. Kevin Knox is probably top 20 in the whole NBA at power forward if you play. I know for me he's a 3, but Pistons were playing him small. You can't name 19 guys at power forward that can shoot the 3 better than Kevin Knox. So we scored. The Pistons did not have any problem scoring. We were scoring 120 points. The problem is we was giving up 135.
Jay Nivey shot 33.6%.
What did he shoot the year before?
34.3.
Okay, so he regressed under Monty Williams. He'll shoot better if they give him the opportunity. What did Marcus Sasser shoot as I'm talking? He had spacing, so I don't want to hear that. What we didn't have was defense. And Jalen Duren, as good as he is, he doesn't consistently play the type of defense that we need to play to win, on top of him not spacing.
Sasser shot 37.5%.
There you go. For a rookie, that's awesome. That tells me Sasser's a 40 guy. So Sasser's a 40 guy. You had Alec Burks. You had Bogdanovic. K had shooters. So I don't want to hear that. But the direction that the Pistons are going, Duren doesn't fit. So, you got to go in a different direction. We'll see what happens. You don't want to give up on the guy this year, but you can have guys that can't shoot, but you can't have all guys that can't shoot.
I wonder if Atlanta would be interested since they're trying to do trades and stuff, but I would want to trade Jalen Duren for another Jalen that's on Atlanta.
Bruh.
They love Clint Capella so much.
Yeah.
Jalen Duren could be their Clint Capella replacement.
He's better than Clint Capella. But yeah, Jalen Johnson is awesome. I don't know if they're gonna give up on him that early, but man, he
Jalen Johnson
awesome.
looks like LeBron Light to me.
I wouldn't go that far, but the guy can stretch, he can block shot, he can do everything. That's the kind of guy that you need. You talked about we got a big man problem. Remember, I said last time, I don't believe in drafting guys at a position that you're gonna want in the future. And so even though I don't know if that's the case, perhaps, like I was saying, perhaps he didn't get Buzelis because he wants Cooper Flag. You don't want to have a log jam at power forward, right? So he's thinking the next year, Cooper Flag, you know what I'm saying? Let's go for him. I really don't know anybody else that's coming out next year. I haven't gone in the high school ranks like that. Other than maybe Trey Parker if he comes out. So maybe that's what they're looking at. And there are guys in the NBA at the power forward and center that can, they're not a lot of them, but they're out there that can shoot and play defense. So that's something. If Pistons fans want to win, and I know y'all do, you can win with the Ron Holland. You can win with an Asar Thompson. You just need other guys around them that can stretch. And listen, Cade Cunningham can catch and shoot. He can catch and shoot. But they're asking him to play point guard for whatever reason, and you're paying him like he's Luka. when he's not. So as long as that element is there, as long as you're giving Cade the ball, as I said, Trajan Laney not going to change nothing, right? Ron Holland won't change anything as long as you're giving Cade the keys. Get him out and watch what start happening.
Oh, you giving the mic to me?
What you got to say?
Are we going to talk about anybody else?
If you want to talk, we were just talking about Ron Holland. But what you got to say? Who you want to talk about? I know who you want to talk about, but I'm going to act like I know you don't.
The Lakers are scary now.
Just because they got Connect.
Yes. If they keep everybody else, assuming they do, they were close in all the games against Denver.
They were super
Denver
close.
is their kryptonite as of the last 2 years or so. But with this guy, you don't always have to have hero ball from LeBron. And we really shouldn't be asking LeBron to do anything anymore. He's, 46 years old? I don't remember.
50.
He should have his statue next to Abe Lincoln. He's so old.
Right.
Anyway, AD, he's Legos right now.
Yeah.
But those are their two best players. When you have somebody like Dalton Connect, I think he could be like one of the next guys.
Absolutely.
He could be like...
He's the third best player on the team right now. I'm saying it. He's the third best player on the team.
He's not as good a defender as him, but he could be like the next Bridges. In terms of just a guy you can get the ball to anywhere.
No, he's not Bridges.
And shoot it.
No, he's not Bridges. Bridges is defense first. We should have got Bridges. Matter of fact, I want 5 first-round picks. I want 6 first-round picks for Cade. We're going to do a separate video on that. Bridges, they got 5 first-round picks. Boyan and 5 picks to get Bridges. They really going for it. But no, that's a bad comp in my opinion. He's closer, honestly, he's closer to Luka.
Luka doesn't catch and shoot, though.
He was running the offense in Tennessee. Yeah, you watch them, boy, I'll pull up them highlights right now. He was running the offense a lot of, not every time, but they didn't really have. Who's the point guard on Tennessee?
I think it was some shorter guard. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, exactly. You know why you don't remember his name? Because he wasn't doing nothing. And even when Tennessee won the championship before, I'm going back. You don't remember this. It was a guy named Jordan Bone with Admiral Schofield and all that. Jordan Bone was a Piston. We had him for a little while. He wasn't great. He couldn't shoot, right? So I don't know if it was the same coach, same system. I'm just saying. Dalton Connect was running the offense, right? And while he's not Luka in terms of the passing, he can run like he's like, you talking about LeBron light or what? Luka light. That's what I see in Dalton Connect. The only issue is people don't like because of his age. I don't know why he fell so far. You know, maybe there's some medical or something.
I saw some people I'd never heard of. Who is Bub Carrington?
I don't know. Never heard of him, never watched him.
Who is Pacom Dedier? Who is that?
I don't know.
Yes, I tried to put the
I know you did. I don't know, but only French people know how to play basketball right now. I guess we got to talk about this. As I said, in the Azara Thompson video briefly. Unless there's some secret tape of Reece Shea that I have not seen, I have watched several games of Reece Shea, and I would not draft him, period. I would not draft him at all. Okay? He is not ready to play. I know, I understand potential prospect, all of that, but his hands are terrible. His defense is not good. And he is not a good shooter. I don't care what the stats say. I'm watching him. I see his mechanics. They need to change. His feet are bad. His base is bad. He falls down every time. He dunks, he falls. He shoots, he falls. He's very thin down low. He is going to get pushed aside, quite frankly, when it comes to, whatever position he plays. Well, they're going to push him around. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think he was draftable. He's a prospect. If you wanted to draft him in the second round or something, look, dude, Jokic was drafted 53 or whatever it was, right? Which is the same place where the Pistons are picking next. So, Nobody's gonna fault you if you take a guy 50-something. But I don't know why we keep drafting all these European guys, right? Averaging 6 points in their league, 9 points in their league, and they think they're gonna come over and dominate. Wemby was a special talent. To be full disclosure, I wasn't that high on Wemby.
Yeah, we said he was gonna bust, so maybe we should leave the French people alone.
I don't.
Let the
this,
NBA do what
this
they do.
guy is not the next Wemby. He's not gonna change anything in the NBA. Talking about Risache, right? He's not. I'll put my stake on that, right? So I felt like Atlanta should have went in a different direction. And, we'll see what happened. But that being said, I don't see it with him. What is he good at? You tell me. The NBA is a game of specialists. What is he a specialist at? Come on now.
Getting loose balls because he falls so much.
Creating loose balls? He might be good at turning the ball over so other people could take his loose ball and turn it into a dunk.
Based on the highlights I saw, I was wondering why we were even looking at him.
Yeah.
He supposedly shot whatever from 3, but every highlight video I saw, he was clanking.
He was clanking. And he shot every shot differently. That's one thing that I look for. You might miss, but are you shooting it the same way? You know what I'm saying? This pick I also do not understand.
Well, at least he can play defense.
He can play defense for sure, but is that what San Antonio need? Is he going to play over Vassell? Is he better than Vassell?
He might play next to Vassell. We don't know. Who's the point guard on San Antonio?
Man, my man,
Trey
Jones, he's way better than him. Stop playing. We'll take Trey Jones. Give us Trey Jones right now. I'll take him. Okay? I didn't understand this one at all. And you don't just take one-way guy. This dude is a two-way. You can say what you want to say about shooting. This dude can play defense and he can score. Stephon Castle's not a scorer. You know what I'm saying? Risache can't play defense like Ron Holland. He can't score like Ron Holland. Again, I think this might be the best player in the draft. I'll give it to Sar. I like Sar. I like what he's become. He's tall. Chris Bosh is his comp. That's who he is. I think he's better than Chris Bosh. I don't know if he's a lefty, but strong, can rebound, block shots. I understand why Sar was taken. I would have taken him number 1, right? But you can't tell me that Ron Holland isn't one of the top guys at 18. Scores like crazy. Nobody can stop him. Yeah, I can't shoot, but I'm not trying to shoot. I'm trying to dunk you. I'm getting fouls called. You know what I mean? So, I think we came up. If you want a prospect, 18 years old, 6'8", or really 6'7", but listed. That was a good prospect for us to take. What do you think about this pick here, Klingen?
They needed defense for sure, Portland. They got all the scoring.
They got Jeremy Grant, man.
I'm talking about somebody down low. Nurkic doesn't really protect the basket that much.
Yeah.
So this is them starting to realize, hey, you know what? We need some defense.
But he can't do anything else.
Who says he can't learn how?
Okay.
Nurkic ain't no triple threat.
No. I just don't understand taking. I would have took Cal L right here. My man can play. He can play. Come on, NBA, with all these commercials. I would have took Cal. I wouldn't have been upset with Cal L. And to be fair, we just saw him the other day because he was in the mock. He was like, who is this? I watched a couple of games. Dude looks nice. Cal L is the type of center that we need on the Pistons. He can block shots, rebound, and he can shoot. He's a pretty good playmaker too. So he was hoping he was wishing he was going to go 12. I wonder what would have been crazy if Sam Presti didn't draft him and he's there at 12.
Well, he went for Topic, so I don't know how that's going to turn.
Hey, I hate to hate on Sam Presti. He's the best. So maybe he know. I didn't see it. I thought Topic was worse than Ricochet. So I don't know. This is cool, but Zealous gets to stay home in Chicago. That's cool. So his family is happy and all that. This is probably his team growing up. They trying to relive their Chris Stapps moment. I mean, they not their Chris Stapps. What my man name?
Vucevic?
No, he ended up in Utah. He can play, man. Yeah,
Markkanen.
Yeah, marketing. I like marketing. He just can't defend. The boy can shoot, man. So anyway, this is about Ron Holland. This is a good pick, guys. Right? So you Pistons fans, relax. You know, let them develop, man. We're not going to win the championship this year, guys. So y'all just need to relax. We're not going to win next year either. If we keep building, we'll be competitive in 3 or 4 years. And so, you know, y'all got to understand that I don't know where my man came from with the Rick James look. And I didn't know that was Anthony Carter's son. That blew my mind. He used to play for the Miami Heat. I'm like, that dude look familiar. That's Anthony Carter. So just relax, man. Enjoy. I just want to have fun. You know, let them run. If we go 0-82, but I'm excited every game. Lob City, right? Lob City North. Bring in Chris Paul if he's willing to pay for like $5 million, right? And lob to Asar, lob to Ron Holland. Let's have fun. You know what I mean? Let's get some people in the stand.
Gores is concerned about more than just fun, though. You have to win for people to come.
Yeah, but Gores need to be sat down, right? Gores need to understand where his team is, bro. Like, dude, you're not, right? You talk about the Lakers getting better. We'll see. I know for damn sure who got better is Minnesota. Getting Rob Dillingham, who was not a starter. That was my main thing. You can't take him fifth because you got to start him. But taking him trading for him, he gonna get you 15, 16 points off the bench. And Terrence Shannon, who's one of the best players in the draft. We know why he dropped. It's unfair that he dropped that far. He didn't do nothing to that young lady by all accounts. That was just another situation. Folks trying to get him trapped up. Terrence Shannon can play. So now Minnesota has one of the best benches in the NBA.
And
so
their
they
team
got
is
better.
Good enough defensively where
Exactly.
Rob Dillingham's terribleness on defense doesn't matter.
Exactly. This is what I mean by getting guys who fit. It's not that they can't play. It's do they fit. This guy fits. He fits they couldn't have gone out in free agency and gotten a better guy, in my opinion. You don't bring in a Paul George. You don't bring in, a Klay Thompson. He's going to shoot higher from three, my opinion, this year, if given the opportunity, right? Or at least equal as a Klay Thompson if you use him like that, but he's a better defender than Klay. He's a better athlete than Klay. I don't know, they going crazy we never had this many ads. So that's fit, man. So shout out to my man in LA. I can't think of his name now. Fab 6. I did not know he was on the Fab 5, man. So shout out to Fab 6. Shout out to my man in Minnesota. Isn't that the dude that the Pistons wanted? The GM that everybody wants. He ain't going nowhere. He did another fantastic job. And we'll see what happens, man. Anyway, I'm Coach.
I'm the kid.
We out.